what's going on. So we're shooting a video real quick, obviously. But I wanted to talk about pretty much just this. Do what you actually want to do. You can do anything you want. And at the end of the day, people aren't really bad people. Everyone intently wants to do something good, whether it's make something of themselves or just have pleasure for themselves, or give pleasure to other people, or help other people in whatever ways they can. There are different mindsets and mentalities, and there's different stages of life where you can invest in these and endeavor in these. You should always do what you want to do, though, because what else would you be doing? I would say the most thing that I see commonly in the world, we're going to get into this too, is just laziness and people who don't have faith in themselves, which makes sense to some degree, and people who, just say they're going to do something. They're talkers. They're not really about it. In fact, there's only a few people that are actually really about it. Even famous people you see, even people that look like they have it, even those people half the time are just stunning. There's celebrities out there, you probably see us all day, that have all these diseases. And many things are common with that. Life in all its essence is like a virtual reality. Now, I was going to die before, and I don't want to keep bringing this up, but I felt this and seen it, so I can say this. I'm not just saying something that I think. Because basically when you're about to die, you lose feeling on the body. And when I didn't feel the body for so long, years on end, life is a feeling, and that's what ultimately I'm always getting at, of course. But that's all life is. So you got to do what you feel the most, whatever it is. You should always do what you want to do. Your visions become dreams, and then you put them into the reality. It's just like a video game. This is where a whole simulation comes from, is from real life, because they go to the video game. People want to say we're denser objects in 3D, and there's sounds we can't hear. There's sounds we can't hear because we're not meant to hear, so there's no reason to even really discuss it. Shall we? I mean, what's there is what I'm saying. Life is really nothing more. A lot of people act like they got something else to give to you. That's a lie. There is some culture, and of course wisdom, knowledge, maybe esoteric knowledge, but you can still live your best life and do whatever you want to do. If that interests you, then go do it. A lot of people just don't do what they want to do. You should always do what you want to do. What the fuck else would you be doing? And it's just like, don't waste your life. Go do what you want to do. It's not that you can die any moment, but it's just like time. If you realize that everything you do actually affects something, and it's not hyped up as it really seems to be, but it also is. Where you invest your time, whatever you can do, as long as you're doing whatever you want to do, you will see results. It's just as simple as that. Kind of like law of attraction, but we're not talking about it for this video. Life in all this essence is feeling. When you die, you lose feeling. You go up. That's what happens. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want to lose feeling while you're in the body, of course. It's just really crazy because it's almost like I took a step back in my body. That's the only way I could explain it. It kind of felt like smoking weed, but it doesn't. So I can't really say, and of course everyone is gonna feel different, you know what I mean? Kind of like a state of sleep, like you're really tired, almost like a nightmare, if that makes sense, or almost like a dream. Life is but a dream. It really is. Gently down the stream. That's because it is. These people, the lullabies and everything, everybody knows. The people in the past, they know, they've made stories about this. It's already all been here, you know what I mean? We're just continuing to live the lives. Now continue to live your life. Find out what suits you. Now in a time, we have so many things in our life. It's such an essence. We're here to create. So go create. Do what you want to do. Don't ever do shit you don't want to do. Some people have to do shit. Sometimes you got to do shit you don't want to do. And it's not necessarily you don't want to do it. You don't know of it. That way you like it. For instance, I do like playing the guitar more. I used to kind of hate it because of the positioning on the guitar, for example, but I'm starting to like it. I felt it today. It wasn't a mind thing. It was a synchronization, but it was more so, hey, I really like this because I got better. I kind of sucked before. And it's because you have to hold the chords fucking super weird. Like, I don't know who decided to do that. But there's a bunch, and I committed to learning this, and I understand this is a man-made scale, the C major scale. It's a man-made frequency, and guitar is natural per se, but the notes and the scales are, it's whatever. But I chose this, and it is what's popular, and that's what I picked. I could have picked anything, but I chose to endeavor on this. So you got to really look at life. I know you don't got to think of it necessarily like I do, and that's fine. And you should always gather, sorry about that, my arm was getting tired. You should always gather multiple perspectives on life. So you don't want to just listen to one person, one guru. You want to listen to a multiple variety of people. Definitely a variety. Diversity is what makes life in all of its matter. That's why there's white people, or we can say Western. I just like saying white, but I think it's more, I don't even like saying any other things, Western or European. And then we got Asians. We got African Americans. We got mutations of Asians. And yeah, there's just a bunch of different skin tones. There could even be others that we don't know about. And some people's skin change. And who knows, not, other creatures and things like this. So that's all basically we're diving into this. I'm sure you got the message now. Just do what you want to do. Why would you do anything else? You should always do what you want to do. It's just as simple as that. The heart doesn't lie. You may not always get what you want in the external world. And this is what a lot of gurus and maybe Hinduism or spiritual people, meditation say. That's fine. We live in a real world though. Go get what you want, baby. Go get it. You should always get what you want. In fact, in all truth reality, you always get what you want. A lot of people have lust, or they want sex, especially when they're young. They have sex when they're young. Now they have a kid. Now they have more responsibility. Now, were they ready for this? Did they prepare for the kid, for the pregnancy? There's usually rituals and cultures for everything, but especially pregnancy, there's no doubt about, they always get the woman ready. And I'm just saying this because lust is such a big thing, and I see it tear a lot of people's lives. People act like they have to have lust. And I understand lust is different from love. Love, I'll say that one more time, love is different from lust. A lot of people want to experience love, maybe because they've never experienced love. But true love comes within, which is all the spiritual, enlightened, and anybody that's smart actually knows. The thing is, we've been lied to or programmed to think everything's on the outside. It's how you feel on the inside, and then your outside world comes into play. Doesn't matter your outside conditions. It does to an extent, but it's more so how you feel on the inside, and basically proper nutrition. What else could go wrong? If any animal's in its natural habitat, or you can eat a natural habitat, or close to it, and not far off from it, and they eat their natural diet, eat healthy food, whole food, what's going to happen? The animals, we're meant to thrive. We're not meant to survive. Like, how the fuck could we be surviving? We should all be thriving right now. So you should really put that in the question into the world in that retrospective, because that's a great thing to look at. We should be thriving. Of course, the people that thrive at the end of the day are the people who want to thrive. We are intellectual creatures, and we've been taught this. But the intellect, a lot of people get too caught up in the intellect, and it's more about how you feel. That's why I always preach this. Words mean little from people who know nothing or feel nothing, should say. Because you have to feel stuff. You ever see somebody that talks a lot of shit? They'll talk your ear off, but there's not a lot of feeling in what they're saying. That's because they're full of shit. And they just like to chit-chat their mouth. And there's other reasons too. But I'm not knocking them or anything. But we all know there's a person who's obnoxiously talking. I always try to get the camera right. Obnoxiously talking, and a person who's talking and you like to hear them talk. So just as simple as that. Also, put people in your life that's going to lift your spirit. it's a beneficial thing to do. You should always do it because your spirit's the only thing you have. And if you don't know it now, that's the thing, not everyone experiences it. But if you just feel yourself and how you feel inside, yeah, it may take some time for some people, but it's right there. It's literally right there. It is, but some people it takes freaking years, you know? And then sometimes some people never get it for a whole lifetime. It's right there though. Happiness is right there. It's inside of you. You control your emotions basically. Some may spring upon you every now and then, but then after you build wisdom, you get used to this and you learn how you want to respond to it. It's pretty much you responding to everything. In fact, things will also respond to you, but you can't control other things. Nature, you can't control nature. Not gonna happen. You respond to nature. You can't, and nature does respond to you if you follow it. It's like a trade-off basically. It's like a neutral respect, which all life is. Sex is just actually sex. It has nothing to do with necessarily love. It's true. If you were in nature, it would just be like the physical traits basically. Pretty much the physical traits. If we are dumb it down. Now I'm not thinking too hard and I'm going off the top here too, like I always do, but just bear with me. Because if you have comments, that's great, leave them. If they're going to be some stupid comment and pick everything out, then just, I don't care. Save the nonsense for later or someone else's page. So as I was saying, in actual nature and stuff, we would just go and bang. We don't fall in love with each other. We would protect each other as a kinfolk and family. Look at ducks. Look at different animals. Go and actually study animals, actual animals in nature. Whether it's wildlife or zoo documentary or whatever's on TV or just on YouTube, or actually go on a safari, go out to the ocean, see how schools of fish go, see how the dolphins go, see how pandas go. Every animal's a little bit different. Some animals go alone. Some animal, you know what I mean? There's different things. There's prides of lying. Then we got pandas who search for the soulmate. I don't know too much about pandas, but that's what I've heard. But the lions I do know about, because I've read things and I've seen it too. And you can just kind of tell. You can also tell just by looking at animals how they are. Just the qualities of the person. Kind of makes sense. And that's about it. Yeah. So you want variety and diversity in your life. It sounds good, so it makes sense. But I'm not just saying it to sound good because it's actually true. Which there's a difference between it sounding good and me meaning I have like it's like, here's the word, but back here is me saying it. So it's like there's a little bit extra oomph or empowerment to the words I get behind because I've lived it. It's just as simple as that. A lot of people, celebrities and famous people, you know, we all have their share to do, but some people just all in reality are just full of shit. And at one point everyone's full of shit, you know what I mean? Like so, but it's good to follow a couple people and listen to a couple people, then you know what I mean? So yeah, subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day. Great video.